Hello class, today we are going to be talking about QAR, or question-answer relationship. Today we will be using the book Ant by Ting Morris, illustrated by Desiderio Sanzi. First we're going to look at this right here. It says an ant's body. An ant's body has three parts: the head, the trunk, called the thorax, and the stomach, called the abdomen. An ant has 6 legs, 2 hooked claws at the end of each one. On each front leg there are 2 combs. An ant uses these to clean its other legs and its feelers, or antennae. The feelers are used to smell, touch, taste, and hear. Ants have 2 eyes, but they can't see very well. Some kind of ants are blind. An ant's mouth has strong jaws for cutting up food, biting enemies, and carrying things. A question that I have for you is, what are a few body parts of the ant? Now, all the information that you need for that question is right here. I would consider this to be a right here question due to the fact that all the information that you need to give a brief description is found right here on this page with little to no searching. An author and me question that I have come up with is, why did the author include the diagram and descriptions? A possible answer for this could be something along the lines of, the author wanted you to know what the various body parts of the ant are and how they relate to you. They wanted to make sure that you knew that this was the head, this was the trunk, and this was the stomach. And this is where the stomach is. Now, on this page it says, a column of ants is marching through the woods in search of food. In search of food. Now the queen's eggs are hatching and the brood is growing. There are many more mouths to feed. News about some exciting food has reached the nest and workers are on their way to bring it back. Helpers needed. Ants use teamwork when an ant comes back to the nest with news about food. It wiggles its feelers, butts heads with the other ants, and spits out some of the food it found. Helpers quickly find their way to the food by following a scent trail laid by their fellow workers, or by holding on to the leader's hind legs with their feelers. Young ants that can't keep up or get lost along the way are carried by other workers. See here. Muscle power. An ant eats plants, seeds, and other insects. Wood ants sometimes capture wasps and flies. Workers are very strong and can carry things that weigh much more than they do. Mouth to mouth. Ants carry food by storing it in a special pouch in their stomach called a crop. Then they share it with others ants back in the nest. The feeder passes chewed up food into the mouths of a hungry ant. If the ant wants more food, it strokes the feeder's head with its feelers. What are some functions of a worker ant? Some functions a worker ant performs. Now, a worker ant is very strong and sometimes fights other insects while they're out. They also work together to help find food and bring it back to the nest. It also says that as well as bringing food back to the nest, they sometimes feed the food directly to other hungry ants that are in the nest. This would be considered a think and search question. An on my own question that I have come up with is, have you ever watched ants go about their business as individuals or as a group? What did you observe or see them doing?